is Christy. Thank you for joining me for a Vinyasa Yoga today. So we're going to start off with the month of February being Valentine's Day, focusing on the heart. So we're going to have our theme throughout this month as the heart chakra, or the Anahata chakra, which is the fourth chakra right here in the heart center and in this space. We're going to have a lot of heart openers today. Not a lot of twist or anything too hard, but this is a Vinyasa style yoga. So we will have some faster pace, some salutations thrown into the mix of this practice. So at any point, if it gets too much, go ahead and you can either stay in your down dog or you can come into a child's pose. Don't forget to hydrate if you need it, so keep water close by. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start today just in a child's pose position. So let's take the knees wide, big toes are together, and we're just going to sink our hips back here. Hips resting, reaching the fingertips out long. Now, to open up that heart space while we're in our child's pose position, let's go ahead, press through the palms, forehead rest onto the earth. We're going to lift our elbows up off the earth here, and I want you to press those shoulder blades back. So you're going to feel the scapula here pulling together, and you're going to feel that chest center opening. I want you just to take a few grounding breaths here, just breathing into this pose, letting the mind come into your practice, forgetting the worries that's out there today that you might have. So just let it all flow away. And maybe you repeat yourself this little mantra: I accept and I love the world for what it is today. So whatever it might be, or whatever you could have going on, you're going to accept it. You're going to love yourself. And you're just going to allow things to just fall into place and love for what it is. So let's just do a few more deep breaths here. Inhaling through the nose, and then exhaling through the nose. Letting the mind relax. Letting the worries hopefully exhale through the breath. When you're ready, let's go ahead. Let's come back up into all fours position. So sink the hips up. Let's draw the wrist here over the shoulders, your knees over your hips. We're going to tuck the toes in, drop the belly, inhale, gaze looks up. So we're just going to warm up the spine, open the chest. Exhale, untuck the toes. Round through those shoulder blades now. So you're pushing the shoulder blades forward. You're feeling that heart center in the back open up. Tuck the toes, inhale, gaze looks up. Very nice. Exhale, untuck the toes and loose. Let's go ahead and do 3 more at your own breath. On your next inhale, let's come back to an all fours position here. We're just going to go ahead, open up that left arm. So reach it on up. Very nice. Just feel that chest opening up towards that left side. Exhale, release. So you are going to feel a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a spinal twist. Open up to the right. Very nice. Exhale, release. This time I want you to take your left leg, draw it out towards that back of the mat. Inhale, up with that left arm. Very nice. Feel that stretch. Now that right leg here can pivot to where it's parallel to that front of the mat. Very nice. Little side bend. Maybe reach that left arm up and overhead, reaching past the ears. Very nice. Point the toe. Exhale, we're going to round it around here. Take a rest. Reach those fingertips out. Press the hips slightly back. You can come to the forearms here if you'd like to. Again, separating that chest, so we're going to pull back with those shoulders, opening up that chest. Exhale, draw those hands back up. This time I want you to flex that left toe. We're going to reach that right arm up and over. Very nice little side bend on the other side. Exhale, you can go ahead. You're going to fold your chest. I know you can't see me here, so I'm going to come to the side. You're going to fold that chest over that left foot. Very nice. And you can reach here for the toes or around the foot here if that's in your capability today and if it's in your practice. Give yourself grace if it's not, especially since the body is still warming up. And then wherever you are, we're going to walk back around, coming back to all fours. Very nice. We're going to now draw that right leg out towards the back of the mat. And we're going to reach that right arm up and overhead. So again, we're going to pivot, making that left leg here parallel to the front of the mat. Breathing through it, finding that space here in that side body as you're lifting that rib cage up out of the hip. On that exhale, rounding through the spine to come forward. Go ahead and reach the fingers out long here. Press those shoulder blades back and down away from the ears. Maybe at this point you drop to the forearm. Very nice. One more breath. On your next exhale, walk those hands back under the shoulders here. We're going to come back on up. Flex that right toe up. Inhale, left arm. Reach it on over. So you can go ahead and have that right hand here if you'd like for support onto your mat. Gaze can look up under that left bicep. Now here's where we're going to turn on that next exhale. We're going to draw the chest over that right thigh, and we're going to forward fold. Again, you can reach for the toes here, wrap your hands around the foot, or reach for the ankle. Whatever's in your practice today. Very nice. On your next exhale, let's go ahead and walk the hands back around. Come back to an all fours position. Very nice. We're going to tuck the toes. Lift those shins and the knees up off the mat. Coming into a little modified plank and then shift back into a down dog here. Deep bend in the knees. This is your first down dog of the practice. You can go ahead and bend the knees here, walking the dog. Warming up the legs. Feeling the back of the hamstrings open. The goal here is to eventually try to draw the heels to the earth or bring them a little bit closer as your body warms up. Very nice. Take a breath here. We'll take 3 breaths. Gaze. That third eye gaze is up towards the middle of the fingers, or the thumbs here. Inhale, shift to plank. Hold that plank. Very nice. Very slowly, with control. Exhale, you can draw those knees to the earth if you need to. Keep those elbows tucked in. Very nice. And then release the hands here. We're going to draw the elbows under the armpits here, under the shoulders. Coming into a little Sphinx Pose here. Again, I want you to pull those shoulders back. Feel that heart center opening up. Very nice. Maybe the gaze softens here if you find that relaxation in our opening poses. And then go ahead, release it, exhale it down. Drawing your hands back at your sides. Inhale, coming back up. This time, I want your right hand over your top. We're going to take that right cheek and look over towards the left. So you're actually going to come into a crocodile pose here. I want the tap to the toes press to the earth. And then I want you to draw those elbows in. There you go. Just like how you'd sit as a kid watching TV. I want you to press the shoulder blades back again. Very nice. This time, take the left hand on top of the right. Left cheek to the top of the hand here. And you're going to look over towards that right side. Very nice. Maybe we're going to challenge ourselves here. We're going to pick up the right leg, pick up the left leg. We're going to do a couple little heel kicks. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. We're going to do one more. Lift the right leg, then the left, kicking those heels together. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Good job. Coming back up into that TV motion here, watching that TV. So you're going to draw those elbows under the shoulders here. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. Very nice. So you don't want to close that front center of the body. Feeling that little bend in your back. Warming up the spine. Exhale, draw those hands out. This time, we're going to draw the elbows back slightly under the armpits here. We're going to come into that plank. So you can either come to your knees if you need to for modification, or tuck the toes, lift all the way up, forearm plank. Very nice. Now shift to the puppy pose here. So you might have to baby step, bring those toes in slightly. Very nice. Again, you might need to pedal it out in puppy pose. That third eye center gaze is towards your thumbs. Very nice. Come back into forearm plank. Very good. Lower that body all the way down with control. Take your hands at your sides. We're going to come back into a child's pose position. Stretching everything out. Reach those fingertips maybe a little longer this time. Very nice. Draw yourself forward here. Coming into a tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Walk the hands back now. So we're in a slight little down dog. Then we're going to walk the hands back to the back of the mat to meet the feet. Inhale, flat back, halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep those arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Maybe tuck that chin in slightly. Again, I want you to really focus today. Instead of our prayer position with tucking and rounding in the shoulders, we don't want that. We want to pull those shoulders back. We want to keep the front of the body open. Coming into our first sun salutation here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. Inhale, walk our hands out to a plank position here. You can always modify on your knees. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. Very nice. This time, inhale, baby steps up to the top of the mat here. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through the heels as we come up to a standing. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, stepping for hop to that plank position. Chaturanga down with control. Up dog or baby cobra. Then down dog. Very nice. Taking a breath. On that next exhale, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep those arms up and overhead. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Very nice. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. This time I just want you to hang. Just release down. Let gravity here release the tension from your neck. Maybe you grab for the outer elbows here and just let the head hang heavy. Maybe a little sway side to side here. Maybe turning the head side to side, yes or no, up and down. Very nice. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Let's make sure that we can pick our toes up. We're light on the toes. Very nice. And place them back down, feeling the weight heavier in the heels. Go ahead, release those hands. On your inhale, scoop the earth here, and exhale, chair pose. We're going to hold that chair pose. Very nice. We're going to inhale all the way out, coming up on our toes here. Exhale, sink it down, chair pose. Keep those arms, instead of coming out here, shoulder level or a little higher than shoulder level, we're going to really work the shoulders today. We're going to keep this up. Very nice. Inhale, reach, coming up to the toes. Exhale, sink it back, chair pose. Very nice. One more. Open up. Reach onto the tiptoes. Exhale, sink it down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release, step or hop to the back of the mat. Your vinyasa. Very nice. Take a breath here. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee in, drawing it to the right elbow. Very nice, working that core. Inhale, reaching that foot out again. 3-legged down dog. Exhale, draw to that left tricep or left elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale again. Right elbow or tricep this time. And then go ahead, draw to the center of the chest. Plant the foot. We're in that high runner's lunge. Very nice. If you have blocks and you'd like to use them, you can always have that help, again, to open up that chest center here so we're not hunched over. Or if we've got the strength here in our legs, we can be light on the fingertips. Very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and drop that back heel. That back foot should be 45 degrees now. Inhale, warrior one. On that exhale, really release those shoulders. Feel that release from the body. Very nice. Let's go ahead, take your hands, interlace them back behind you. Inhale, press that chest out. Exhale, humbling the warrior one here. Coming into our little yoga mudra, drawing that right shoulder to the inside of that right leg. Keep the weight here evenly distributed with the feet. So make sure that there's not too much weight in that right foot. You want it evenly distributed between the back and the right. Inhale, coming back up to warrior one, drawing those hands up, sinking those shoulders back. Very nice. Open up. Warrior two. Taking a moment, you might have to separate your stance just a little bit. Make sure that knee stays over the ankle. Open up through the chest. Very nice. Maybe your gaze starts to soften here. Breathing in, exhaling. Your mind starts to have a thought that comes in. Maybe acknowledge it. And take that moment to just let it go. We're going to go ahead, straighten that front leg, hinge forward until we're at the point where we have to start hinging to come down into that triangle pose. Very nice. Gaze looks up towards that top hand. If you have a block and you need to use it, you can always place your hand on it. Very nice. Again, we're opening up. Maybe you have a bind here in this triangle pose as well. So you can draw your hands, draw that left shoulder back, trying to reach for those hands. Very nice. Wherever you are, let's release the right hand back down to the earth. Left hand back up. Take it, exhale, coming back into the warrior two. Very nice. Check your alignment. Opening up through that chest again. Hips are now parallel. You want them facing the left side. Very nice. Inhale, taking it back into warrior one here. Pressing that left hip slightly forward. We're going to exhale, draw the hand back down. Step it into plank position here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Very nice. Take a moment, take your breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee into that left elbow. Inhale, press that heel back. Inhale, draw the knee into that right tricep or right elbow. Very good. And then press the heel back up. One more time, drawing it to that left elbow. And then take it to the chest. Plant that foot down. High runner's lunge here. Pressing so you're on the back. Follow the foot. Press that heel back. Again, chest is lifted. Keep that open chest here. We don't want to close it out. When we get that chakra out of alignment here, that's where those negative thoughts come in. Or maybe those winter blues that I'm sure if you are watching this and you're where I'm at, we have had a lot of snow and a lot of cold weather. So, just letting it go. Everybody has sometimes bouts of bad moods or depression or the winter blues. Not everybody is perfect and happy all the time. So sometimes that pessimistic attitude kind of comes into play. All right, we're going to go ahead. Take that back heel, drop it down, 45 degrees. Inhale, warrior one. Sink those shoulders back. Nice and strong through the legs here. So I want that back leg very strong as well. So imagine I am in a studio with you. If I come and I just place my weight here, I just take my knee and I gently just knee right here in the back of your hamstring, you're not going to fall over. You're not going to topple because your base, you are evenly pressed down here. Very nice. Nice and strong in your warrior. On your next exhale, let's go ahead, interlace the back or your hands back behind you, coming to that yoga mudra here. Shoulder blades press back together. Exhale, drawing that heart center, melting it forward to humble out your warrior one. So that shoulder comes to the inside of that left thigh. Very nice. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. And again, let the weight be evenly distributed between the front and the back foot. Inhale, let's rise back to warrior one. Hands can come on up. Very nice. Exhale, open up to that warrior two. So again, shoulder blades draw slightly back. Definitely sinking away from the ears. You don't want to lift the shoulders here. Keep the arms level with shoulder level. You don't want to drop. You don't want to fly too far up either. Coming into your breath here, maybe you soften your eyes again, just coming into this pose, giving yourself that peace of mind for just a moment. Coming into the love and the light that you are. Go ahead, straighten up front leg. Hinge forward. We're going to come into that triangle. I want you to hinge forward until you have to sink down. There we go, coming into triangle. If you have a block, if you need it, you can always place your hand on it. Or light on the fingertips here, or it can come to the front of the shin. Again, make sure we're not flying our hand forward or flying it back. I know we want to open it up, but we don't want to hurt anything here in the shoulder region. We just want it right up over the shoulder joint. Or if you are going to come back for a bind, you can do so bringing that right hand back behind, left hand underneath, and pull that right shoulder back. Very nice. If you have a strap at home here, it'll help you get into that little bind if you have it to use, if you got a yoga strap. Even a resistant band, a sock will do as well. I've seen people use their hoodie sleeves. So anything we can here to compensate for not being in the studio, right? We're going to inhale back up to warrior two. Very nice. Gaze over the front fingers. Coming into that warrior one, so you're going to have to spin that back heel where it's 45 degrees this time. Release those shoulders. Exhale, coming down. Very nice. Step back into plank. Your vinyasa. Stepping or hopping to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle, sweep those arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, scoop up the earth here, sinking back into the hips, coming into that chair pose. We're just going to open up. So draw our hands now, instead of being up where we had it before, we were at the shoulders, we are going to bring it shoulder level. I want you to exhale, rotate, draw that left arm back. And bring it forward. Exhale, release it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. One more. And then one more to the right. Very nice. Coming back to heart center here. Reaching it up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Stepping or hop to the back of the mat. Your vinyasa. Very nice. Exhale, down dog. Go ahead and hold this position. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee into the chest. Go ahead and plant that foot. Walk that back heel in just slightly. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Very nice. Keep the left hip pushing forward slightly. Right hip slightly back. Beautiful job. Now we're going to come into a balancing pose here. Building this from the ground up. We're going to come into a half moon here. You've got the blocks. You can use them. We're going to take the right hand slightly out in front. Left hand can be on the hip. And I want you to find this balance. So lift with the left heel flexed. I'm going to use my block. I'm going to open up to that left side. Left arm can stay on the hip here, or it can come up. Very nice. You want to keep that left heel, the whole entire left foot here, nice and strong. Very nice. Exhale, release, drawing it back down to the earth here. Step the left foot back, then the right. We're going to come into a right side plank here. So we're going to shift over, open up to the left side, pulling up that right oblique. Very nice. Holding it in. Now if you'd like to draw some hip dips, you can. Dropping that hip down, pressing it back up. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Press it up. Go ahead, if you didn't modify and have that right knee down, we're going to go ahead and take that right leg down. We're going to take the left toe, kind of like a bow and arrow. So you got your middle pinky finger and your thumb. You're going to wrap it around your big toe. We're going to come into a little toe stand here. Now you can have it out in front if you like, but eventually I want you to try to open up your chest. So I want you to try to bring it out to the side. You are going to feel that working in your stationary glute as well. And then go ahead and release it. Come on back to a regular plank position here. We're going to take it back into a down dog. Very nice. Very good for your balance in here. Inhale, right leg or left leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee into the chest. Plant the foot at the front of the mat. Straighten the front leg. Draw the back heel in. Very nice. Still like a little wide-legged forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release into that forward fold. If you need the blocks here, again, you can always have your hands on the blocks instead of folding all the way forward. Take that right hip, make sure it's pressed slightly forward, left hip slightly back. Now again, we're going to come into our little half moon Ardha Chandrasana here, onto our left side, opening up to the right. So I want you to slowly, with control, take that left hand out in front of you, or you can use a block. Press with that right heel, so you're going to have the right hand to your hip. Press with the right heel flexed, and then slowly start to open that hip. You're stacking the hips here. Again, nice and strong through that back leg. If you have the strength, open up with that right arm, reaching up. Very nice. Breathing through it. Very nice. On your exhale, drawing your hands back down to the earth. Step it back into a plank position. We're going to come into that side plank here on the left side. Open that right arm up. Again, modify though if you need that knee down. So it's okay. Have that left knee down if you need to. Holding that plank. Lifting that hip up. If you want to come into those hip dips, or if you're modifying, you've got 5 of them. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Very nice. Draw that left knee down to the mat here. We're going to try to do that big toe stand again. So again, pointer, middle finger, and thumb. Wrap around the big toe. You can have it out if you need to at first, and then start to draw it out. If you've got a block, if you need that lift, that'll also help you open up. The game changer with that block. You can see my different posture here in alignment just with that block. If not, you're struggling to get out to the side. You've got that right hip in the glute definitely engaged. Go ahead, release it. Draw it in. Come back to a regular plank. Exhale. Very nice. Chaturanga down. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Very nice. Sinking the tailbone up towards the earth here. Exhale, walking the hands back to the mat, or back to your feet here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through the heels. Bring yourself on up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just reach on over to the right side. Little lateral side bend. Inhale on up. Exhale, bring it on over to the left. Inhale, draw it back. Draw those hands back to heart center. I want you to go ahead, step that right foot out. Very nice. We're going to turn that back heel. So parallel to the back of the earth here. We're going to come into a warrior 2. Very nice. We're going to open up that heart. So we're going to hinge forward, flip that palm, reverse the warrior. And then exhale, drawing that right forearm to the thigh. Extended side angle here. Or you can draw the fingertips to the earth, or draw your right hand to a block. Very nice. Inhale back to warrior 2. And exhale back into that side angle. Make sure that knee stays over the ankle. Inhale back up to warrior two. Very nice. This time, coming into that pointed star here, 5-pointed star, toes are pointed out here, heels are pointed in. Come into goddess. Again, pressing those shoulder blades back, down and away. Inhale up to 5-pointed star. Exhale, opening up through the chest. Inhale, release. Exhale down. Inhale, release. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Coming back into warrior two. Let's go ahead, curl the hands down here. Step back into plank, your vinyasa. Take a breath. On that exhale, walk the hands back to the feet here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, drawing the hands to heart center. Now we're going to step that left foot forward. Very nice. Opening up into that warrior two. Flipping the front palm, hinging a little bit forward. Exhale, humbling out our warrior. Opening through the heart center. So again, try to draw that left shoulder back. Exhale, coming to extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, hand to a block or fingertips to the earth. Inhale, warrior two. Very nice. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. This time, let's draw the toes. Woo! I about lost my balance. Draw the toes inside, heels. So you're drawing your toes slightly in. Very nice. Exhale, I just want you to come halfway. Very nice. Feel the hamstrings engaged here and working. Nice and strong. Now go ahead, draw your hands to the earth. If you need a block, you can go ahead and have a block here to have that lift. We're going to open that left arm. Again, opening up through the chest here. Exhale, release. Take a breath, and on your next exhale, we're going to open up that right arm. Now try to keep your hips here square to the earth. Very nice. And release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we're going to go ahead, sink, bend, deep bend in the knees. Maybe draw those heels in a little bit this time. We're going to sink over to that left side. So we're going to have that right leg out. We're going to sink. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the side here so you can see me. Oh, but you will be to that right edge of the mat. But you will look like this. You will have your heel flexed. Very nice. You can draw your hand out here. Open up that right arm. Opening through that chest. Now you can always try to come in for that bind as well if you'd like to. You don't have to. It's always an option. And I want you to go ahead. Exhale, coming back to center. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sink it on over to that right side. And it's okay for your knee to go past the big toe this time on this little stretch. And again, maybe take your right arm out. Left arm opens up. I think I might be out of the camera view here, so let me go ahead and move over. Very good. And again, if you'd like to reach back with that left hand and try to bind, you can. Beautiful job. Go ahead, come back to center. We're going to rock it back to the top of the mat here. I want you to step back into plank, sink into down dog. Very nice. Walk the hands on the exhale back to the back of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle sweep the hands up and overhead. Very nice. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Pressing again, making sure the shoulder blades are pressed back together and your shoulders are down. Very nice. Now I want you to go ahead and take your right foot slightly forward. We're going to come into a little airplane posture here. So we're keeping all the chakras here in alignment. Nice flat spine as well, neutral spine. Keep that heel flexed, that lifting. So you're going to lift that toe. Very nice. Try to keep the hips square to the earth. Beautiful job. Maybe you fly those hands back, palms up. Beautiful. Then go ahead, coming into a warrior one. So step into a warrior one. Beautiful job. Exhale, drawing that hand down in the warrior one. And I want you to open up that right arm. So again, we've got those heart openers. Get a little bit of a spinal twist here, not a whole lot. Just a gentle one. Exhale, draw that right hand now to the inside of that right foot and open up with that left arm. So a lot going on in this warrior one. Try to keep that right hip shifted back slightly, left hip slightly forward. Exhale. Go ahead and draw the hand back. Step it into a downward dog. Very nice. If you'd like to do your vinyasa, you can shift into plank, or you can stay in that down dog, and we'll meet you there. Very nice. Let's go ahead on that exhale. We're going to walk the hands back to the mat here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, press through the heels, coming on up. Very nice. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Again, this time we're going to take that left foot out slightly. Flex that right heel, coming out into airplane pose, finding your balance. Try to keep the hips square to the mat. Slight bend in that stationary leg. Maybe your hands come back, palms are up. Chest is open. You definitely feel the heart opener here. Exhale, draw that right leg back, coming into a warrior one. Maybe a little release, sigh breath out of your mouth here, releasing some stress or some tension that you might have built up. Go ahead, exhale. We're going to shift forward here. Here we go. Taking that right hand, placing it down to the earth, open up that left arm. Left hip slightly back, right hip slightly forward. Beautiful job. Exhale, release that hand. Now take that left hand to the inside of that right or that left foot. Open that right arm. Very nice. If you'd like to now exhale, drawing your hands to the mat. Step it back into plank. You can either come into that down dog or come into one more vinyasa here. We'll meet in down dog. Your last vinyasa if you chose to do so. Very nice. I want you to go ahead, come down into all fours. Go ahead and cross the ankles here. We're going to come into a seated position. Very nice. We're going to go ahead, we're going to come into what they call a cow pose. So we're going to take the right leg on top of, or the right leg on top of the left foot. So your ankles are going to be, you're going to try to get that knee over knee here, and the ankles are going to be kind of at your hips here or your side. If that is not capable for you right now, and that's just not going to happen, that is okay. Just come into a nice cross-legged position. Have the right foot in front of the ankle here. And to make yourself even more comfortable, if you have blocks, go ahead and just place them under the knees. So it can help bring your posture up. So keep that upper energy going here, that prana vayu. Very nice. Bringing oxygen to the heart here, the lungs, upper back. So what we're going to do, coming into that cow pose, after you find your comfortable position here, sink the flesh away from the sit bones. So you're grounding into your earth here. Go ahead, take that right arm up and over, left arm back behind. Now again, I had mentioned the band, the yoga strap. People have used hoodies or socks. So if you can't reach fingertip to fingertip here to interlace, you can always just grab a hold of a sock or a yoga strap, and eventually you're going to have that openness more in the shoulders and the chest to be able to reach fingertip to fingertip. But if you don't have it right now, that's okay. This practice is all about compassion here and love, so give yourself grace for where you're at and for making it through another Vinyasa Yoga. Giving that time for yourself today. If you'd like to exhale, you can hinge forward. Nice flat back as we do so. You're going to just feel this stretch now in the glute or the outer thigh. Inhale, come back up. Let's go ahead, unlace the fingers, draw them out to a T. Let's just draw those palms up. Just feeling that stretch. And exhale, rotate the palms down, press the shoulders away. Very nice. Inhale, palms up. Again, press shoulders back. And exhale, palms are down. Very nice. Let's go ahead and just roll our feet out in front of us really quick. And we're just going to go ahead and windshield wiper the feet. So feeling the hip rotations here. The flexors get some movement. Very nice. As well. Make sure the sit bones are still pressed to the earth here. If you need to draw that flesh away, you can. Inhale those arms up. Very nice. Draw those heels up off of the earth. Exhale, you can release the heels back down. Forward fold. Just go ahead and take a break here to melt yourself forward. Very nice. Inhale, coming back on up with those hands. Exhale, drawing them at our sides. This time, if you were cross-legged before, you're going to have that left ankle now crossed in front of the right. If you were with me in that full cow pose here, drawing knee over knee, very nice. So we're going to make sure again, sit bones are pressed to the earth here. Nice tall alignment through the crown of the head all the way to the base of the spine. We're going to bring that left arm up and behind. Take that right hand back behind and reach. Now you might notice one side's more flexible too, because on this side, this hand's a lot more flexible. I can actually reach back here. Again, you have something to facilitate this stretch with and to help assist, like the sock I said, or a resistant band. Go ahead and use it. You can even use an old shirt. I just don't want you to stretch out any good clothing, so don't get a good shirt here to use to try to pull and stretch. Now, if you'd like, we're going to exhale, melting that heart forward, keeping a flat back though with it. So we're not going to hunch over. We're going to keep a nice flat spine as we just bring it forward. And you're going to feel this stretch. You possibly could if you have tight hip flexors. I felt it on the right side. I'm not feeling it on the left. So just take notice of where your body has that tension today. Breathe into that space and then release. Inhale back on up. Exhale, drawing those hands back out into a T. Palms up, and then rotate down. Very nice. Palms up, and then rotate down. Draw it all the way down to your side. Uncross the legs here. Again, stretch them out. We're going to go ahead and just windshield wiper the feet here and the legs, right to left. Very nice. Now we're going to come into a little bit of a balancing pose here. You don't have to do it if you don't want to do it with me today. So I'm going to actually come into a lotus pose. Not everyone can do this, and I'm very well aware of that. So if you'd like to come into a half lotus, if you can get one foot up on top of the thigh, then feel free to try that as well. Sometimes it does work just as well to just cross the feet here, crisscross applesauce, as they say in school now. And if you do have the blocks, sometimes it's also good to have the blocks here to help give you that lift, give you something to push off of. So we are going to do a slight little arm balance, nothing major. Again, you can just sit here and come into your breath here and just come into the relaxing ending of our lovely Vinyasa practice today. We will have one more pose coming up, camel pose here, or not camel pose, fish pose, where it's going to help open up the chest before we come into our final relaxation pose. And it looks like I have a little cat to join me today. So I am going to use my blocks here to facilitate and to help assist. So if you don't have the blocks, your hands can be out to the side. And this is just going to help, again, you're going to draw the shoulders back and away from you, and you're going to want to lift your sit bones. So you're going to have to pull in that core as well, pulling in that pelvic floor muscle also. So again, you're opening through the chest here, because you got to stay tall to give that lift. And then this helps because then it gives you more of that lift, and you don't have to use as much ab strength here, because this right here is lifting my tailbone up off the earth if you have the blocks. So I have to give myself a little bit more lift to lift myself higher if I don't have the blocks. So go ahead, if you have that and you'd like to try it, go ahead and just try it 3 times, lifting and then exhale, lowering. All right, I lied to you. Inhale, exhale, lifting, inhale, lowering. So you're working, I'm working the arms. Who would have thought? You get your whole upper body today with me here in the midsection. Very nice. Very good. So even if you were here just taking some breaths with us, that is still great. It is still a part of your practice. Wherever you are, let's inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, draw that left hand over towards that right side. So we got that lateral bend again. Just opening up through the side body. Inhale, exhale, reaching it over to the left. Inhale, exhale, drawing it forward. Trying to reach that forehead to the earth. Again, if you can't, you can always have that block here to rest your forehead on. And then on your next exhale, I want you to round all the way up to a seated position. Draw those feet out in front of you. Wherever you are, either from that cross-legged position, or if you are lifting with me, we're just going to wheelchair wiper the legs, left to right. Very nice. Now we've had our back warmed up here by doing several cobras, coming to that crocodile, doing the Sphinx Pose. So what we're going to do next is we're going to come into a fish pose. So I'm going to turn my mat here so you can see it a little bit better. This is going to be our last big final pose here before we end and get to rest in Shavasana. So this is going to work your back as well. Definitely going to work your chest and open it up. That's what I love about fish pose. It is so good for the heart opener, and I can definitely feel it here aligning things. So we're going to have those feet out in front of us. Feet can be flexed or pointed. And our hands are going to be at our sides. I want you to press that chest back. Now, you're going to start walking yourself down onto the forearms. Okay? This might be enough for some. And if you have a block or even a pillow here, a nice little squishy pillow, you can have that back here to help with your head to reach, so you're not coming into as deep of a back bend. But go ahead, coming to the forearms here, fingertips towards your hips, drawing the shoulder blades together and opening up through the heart. And you're going to drop that head, crown of the head here, to the earth. Very nice. This is a little inversion to having your head upside down. So it's refreshing your blood flow. Definitely come into that breath here, bringing yourself new oxygen to the body. And to come out of this, I want you to go ahead, untuck the head here. If you have a block, remove it. And you're just going to come all the way down.
Draw those heels in first. Feel that lower back press to the earth. And I want you just to take the legs wide onto the mat and windshield wiper the legs right to left. Very nice. Go ahead, draw the knees into the chest. Hug them in nice and gentle. Then go ahead, take the knees, drop them over to the left side. Right hand comes out to the side here. You're going to look over towards those right fingers. Inhale, drawing the knees back to center. Let's go ahead, give them a little hug in. Exhale, drawing them over to that right side. Left hands come out into a T. Go ahead and look over those left fingers. Very nice. Inhale, the legs back together. Go ahead and reach the heels this time up towards the ceiling. And reach back behind the calves here and just give you a little stretch, rolling those legs slightly forward, a deep bend in the knees if you need it, or just a slight little bend. Very nice. And with control, I want your hands at your sides. With your feet flexed, I want you to draw the heels to the earth on a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, palms face up towards the sky here. Coming into that final resting pose or Shavasana. Hopefully bringing yourself some love today for showing yourself compassion and grace throughout your practice. Loving yourself for what it is. Drawing love out into the universe, into the world for what it is. Showing compassion and kindness to yourself and for others. Maybe imagining, feeling the warmth of green light encompass your body. With each inhale and exhale. Giving yourself the peace that you deserve. When you're ready to draw movement back into the body, let's go ahead and start by wiggling your fingers and toes here. Maybe bringing the heels in, knees in, and rolling over to the right side. Very nice. When you're ready, on your exhale, go ahead and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll go ahead and get ready to seal in the energy of our practice. So let's go ahead, draw our hands to heart center. Our thumbs here touching our sternum to feel that connection. Thank you for joining me for another Vinyasa Yoga. Namaste.